All right, what is up? Can you guys hear me? What's up, Slava? What's up, Silver? We got Ari in the house, David. How is everyone doing? We got Johnny Boy, first one or first time. Oh, you came from Vision. Nice. Yeah, I watch Vision a lot. It's always bearish. What do we do with the poll? So we got Silver in the house. Let me know if the sound is good. Ibrahim says AMP. Yeah, I got AMP on the list. We'll look at AMP for you, my man. AMP in the house. Let's see who we got here. Oh, man. All right. Good audio. You sent him from Visions. All right. I appreciate that. Let's see who shows up here. We got 11 people in here, so not too bad. Zbeck, please. What's up, Thacker? Polly or Fort. All right, let me put Zbeck on the chart. ZBCN, Polly. Fort, I think, is going to 0. We got the comments on the stage. QE ends December 1st. What are your thoughts? I have no idea at this point. I don't know. Everyone's so bearish at the moment. We're still bearish. You can see here on the chart that I have on the screen, this is the Coinbase daily candle chart for Bitcoin. Just keeping it simple. Possible bear flag in play here. High to the low, we're stuck right at the 382. So we're still bearish below 90K at the moment. We're trying to hold it, but if we can get through 90K, then we may have a pump to the upside. But it's very crucial that we break this price here right now. But it's already stuck, so that's bearish. So we got to see. We got to push through 90K first. That's the first step for Bitcoin right now. Did the same thing back here, though. Bear flag formed, and then it just went all the way down. Because there is still people looking for 70K, so we'll see what happens. All right, let me put this on the larger screen. All right, we should be good now. What's up, JN Crypto? Fort can't go to 0. We'll look at it. Let me write it down. Jasmy, Ford, ZBCN. Jasmy. Let me get right into these coins really quick here. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin, if it can push through here. I really need it to, because I really need Toshi to go up. What's up, Cater, my man? How you doing? All right, let's look at AMP to begin with. AMP. Yeah, what do you guys think about Chainlink? Oh, AMP's starting to push up a little bit here on the daily. So all we need is Bitcoin to pump to wake these coins back up. So we're going to go back to the monthly macro chart for AMP. And we're still holding our trend line here, higher low. So if the higher low can hold, which will also draw another one. These are monthly candles, by the way. And of course, the monthly stock RSI is bearish. So we will see if we can get a move up. Let's see if this is holding final support. And I believe AMP is on Coinbase. So it's not going to be perfect with these levels here, but AMP's another one that's really at the bottom. You can see it's trying to hold the 786 final fib level support at about 2024. There's 4 days left on the candle here. So if we can get back up over that, then you would have to imagine the bottom is in here. But you do have weekly candles below. But we're just, taking it day to day, week to week to see what happens here. With so many coins are in the same spot. Same thing with Toshi. Well, hold on to me. So if this is the bottom possibly for AMP, what are we on the monthly? So we'll move this out of the way for now. And of course, the bottom is in once you get back over 204, bullish over 78. And then if AMP can pull a Zcash somehow, I have no idea, but I would at least expect if we have some sort of a run, a 618 retracement from here. So AMP should be good if that is a bottom area. That's what, a 9.5, almost a 10x up to 2 pennies would be a good target at the 618 for AMP. Is it going to shoot up to the 786? It could. We just saw Zcash do a 20x plus. But that would be an old dinosaur coin AMP doing a 20x up to almost 5 pennies. And then Jasmy and ZBCN. Let's see, where's Jasmy? Where's our Jasmy chart? Yeah, Jasmy's still holding too. So Jasmy's on the macro bottom as well. Our green box has been holding. You can see this megaphone pattern here. So we should have Jasmy hit a 618 retracement if we're going to run. It's a big if at this point. But it's just another coin. If we look at it here, you can clearly see that it's on the bottom. It really can't go any lower than it is. I mean, it always could, but we don't want it to. We don't want to be back in the shadow realm. We're barely trying to get out, and it's already sucking us back in. But you can see Jasmy, if it just shoots up to the top of the megaphone once again, the 618 comes into play for my metal man. For my man metal, I mean. So there's your 30-cent Jasmy, my man. Oh. So that's a 40x on Jasmy up to 30 cents if it can do that. And I mean, you look at the pattern here. If it doesn't break down and we start to move up, you know, why would it not come back to the top? Which, of course, we can always adjust it to fit our narrative. There we go. But yeah, at least more conservative would be 12 cents for a 15x, 16x. What did I miss? I'm going through the chat really quick here. All right, you guys answering me about Chainlink. Should have sold at 25 but raised the order to 30. All right, we'll look at Chainlink too. You think Chainlink hit the floor? What's up, Wyatt? We got Wyatt back in the house. Declan Wyatt. It's a good sign that some of you guys are coming back. What's up, Cha? How you doing, my man? Zbeck joins forces with Dash to make crypto transactions seamless. Instant for global users. Okay. That'd be 300,000 if you had the guts to hold. Oh, that's 3 million. We'll see what happens. I mean, that would be nice if it did. But I'm just showing you guys what I see on these macro charts. I mean, you can clearly see that it's in that megaphone pattern here. And it possibly takes you up to the 618 retracement. Maybe it's the 0.5, since we did adjust it a little bit here. I think you would be happy for a 12-cent Jasmy. So maybe 12 cents is your target, my man. $12 to 20 cents could be the target for Jasmy. Poly, what is Poly? Polymath? We haven't looked at this one in forever, if that's what you're talking about. I don't even know if we have a chart for it anymore. No, that's Matic. I don't think you mean Polygon. Well, if you're asking for Fort, you're probably asking for Poly. It looks like it got delisted. So where can you even buy Poly at? It's delisted. But if this is what you're talking about, we'll just go over it really quick because I don't want to backtrack. And so high to the low, you are down at the 236 rather. Monthly candles. Man, I'm just not into this today. It's just another coin going sideways. As long as it's above the macro 236, you could say the bottom is in, but it's not bullish until it gets back over 26 cents. Clearly the breakout's going to be over 35. All this support resistance area. So once you break through 35, it should start flying. And then short term on it, if you want to call it that, with the weekly candles really quick here, it does appear that it is holding up well. So it is holding the 0.5 at the moment. It has to get over the double 382. So anywhere from about 24.5 to 26 cents, and then you're bullish again. If it gets over 30, then it's a lot more bullish to possibly push up. But ultimately, we're not doing anything yet. And then I don't know what polymath is, but if this is the coin you were asking for, 276 would be the new high. So there's your moonshot. That would be a little over 13x. Yeah, but I believe we looked at Fort last time and it's just going to zero. These low market cap coins on Coinbase are just horrible. I think it was Fort and SUKU that were looking bad. Yeah, this thing's going down. She's melting away into the shadow realm. We do have a chart somewhere. This is not the right chart. Let me pull up our other chart for Fort. Fort, maybe it's this one. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's in a downtrend and it's just going to zero. So there's really nothing I can do with it here. Let me check the buy bid chart. Maybe I could have swore we looked at some downside targets for Fort. Maybe not. Yeah, Fort's just bearish. There's nothing else to say about it. The only thing I could possibly do with it is just go from, see if it's catching any sort of support or resistance at the moment. Yeah, it's just going to zero. I don't know what to tell you. The only thing we could do on Fort is this. We'll do this. We'll go down smaller time frame. We'll go from the most recent little high to the low. So short term for any kinds of life, it has to get over 3, then 4, and there's no breakout to the upside, and it's still considered bearish if it cannot get over 6.5. So it could pump all the way up to here and still bearish, and then all the way up to the 618. And if it can't get over that area, it's going to probably make a new low at some point. And then ZBEC, did it hold up or did it keep crashing? No, ZBEC's still holding because we're looking at this one on the weekly and the monthly time frame. So looking on the weekly here, we're still holding in our triangle pattern. So there's still life in ZBEC. It's still holding up. It's stuck at the 382 at the moment. That was from the high to the low here that we've had on the screen. So if we want to adjust it down to the new one, it's still stuck at the 382. So we'll see. You got to get over 2034 to be bullish, and then clearly the breakout would be over the 618 to get out of this triangle pattern for a possible break to the upside. So high to the low over 0045, that's your breakout point. And then we're still looking at ZBEC to possibly hit 10 cents. If it holds up in this pattern here and it doesn't go lower, then I think 10 cents is possible. Where's our 10 cent mark? I thought we had it on here. So a 10 cent ZBEC, that's your moonshot, by the way. Doesn't mean hold it to 10 cents. That's a 30x from here. So 5 to 10 cents, I think, is a good price range for it. So a 15x up to a 30x, possibly, if it holds up. If it holds up. What's up, Matrix? Where's ADA going? What's up, Wesley? What's on base? What do you think of Giga Chad? Oh, Polyswarm. That's NCT. All right, so NCT, Polyswarm. We haven't looked at Polyswarm in a minute, so let's see what's happening. Yeah, Polyswarm's bearish too. Yeah, it made a lower low. It broke our trend line. I don't remember why. Let's see. Maybe that's your 786. That line that's on the chart here. No, not quite. All right, so we'll just keep it simple. We're gonna get that off for Polyswarm. Let's see. We'll say right now it has to hold a penny. This monthly candle. Let's see the weekly candles. Yeah, it's doing the same thing that other coin was doing. It broke on the weekly and it's already back testing. So we got to zoom out. So you can watch the weekly candle to get back over it, but you really want this monthly candle. 4 days left to close over this 786 area and hold at a penny. That's your final support. If it loses that, which it is already bearish, making lower highs and lower lows, of course. So it could come right back down. So it's either on the final support level or it's good. It's, as they say, it's cooked. It's going down. But we will see if Bitcoin actually gets a bounce here. You guys know I'm holding Toshi. Toshi is still holding the 618 retracement. Weekly candles are sitting nicely on it, as you can see here. So that's my hopium for me. I'm just going to watch the 618 if we can hold that and eventually start to move back up. Then I'll have some sort of hope to get my money back, and then we'll look at higher targets. As of right now, we got to see if we're staying alive or not. But I bought in here and it instantly rugged. Unfortunate. What was the other coin? Yeah, make sure you guys answer the poll, hit the like button, and hopefully all you guys here do have a wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow. All right, we got 16 people in here, not too bad. Confused, you thought we were entering a bear market. Are we cooked? No one knows yet. No one knows. I think it's completely up in the air right now. Bitcoin right now has to get over and stay over 90K for any kind of hope. I think I saw can ADA hit $1. I don't even know what it's at right now. What you guys think about? Oh yeah, we didn't look at Chainlink. That's right. Yeah, Cardano doesn't have a bad looking chart at all. I mean, it's not perfect with the lines that we draw here. We could do the same thing on ADA as we did on Jasmine. So they have very similar charts here. They're in this megaphone pattern. Come on, fly, get out of here. So if we just simply draw, yeah, we're gonna get some hopium for Cardano here. Can it hit $1? I mean, look at it here on the chart. These are the monthly micro candle charts. So it's back down at the bottom of the megaphone. So technically it should come back up to the top if it's not a dead project. So depending on when and where it happens, yeah, I would say it could hit $1. It could come up here to pretty much 250, which I'll draw another one on the chart just to see if there's another level that we can watch in that area. Yeah, there you go. There's your hopium. Back to the top of the channel, or back to the top of the pattern, and possibly tagging about the 1414 area. at about 260. So 250, 260, $2 is definitely in play. And then it comes back down for the bear market. You get the idea. But that very much, I mean, that very well could happen exactly, not exactly like that, but you get the idea. Pump up a 250, maybe it does tag on around $3, and then it's over. Then it comes all the way back down to about 60 cents and goes sideways forever. 60 to 50 cents for a couple of years. But yeah, I would say $1 is very possible on Cardano. There's a lot of good plays out there, a lot of good picks. It's just you got to pick the right one. Let me look at Link. I was thinking about Link. I really don't want to sell Toshi for a loss, but Toshi's just disappointing me. It's all disappointing. I mean, if we want to ignore the scam wick down, you're still holding the higher lows on the macro chart, so it doesn't look bad. So it is still holding the 382, so as long as you hold over 12, we should be putting in a bottom on Link. And then hopefully Link pulls a Zcash and has a nice run up, which will run up from here if a bounce off of that 382 is in play. So a possible new high for Chainlink would be $100. I have no idea the target, what they're talking about online. But yeah, I could see $100 Chainlink up to about a 7.5x from here. But we really got to start moving up right now. We should have already started moving up. So we're either going to have giant candles spawn in to get us to these wishful targets we want, or we're going to have a slow grind up. So just pick your poison. I think Ari said Well. Well's another one that's been holding up very, very nicely. As you can see, large channel we drew on the chart. This is what we're looking at. A lot of the charts on the monthly were back down at the bottom of the channels. So we really can't go any lower than we are. It's just we're out of time. I'm seeing the bottom is in on everything. Unless they're right and there's no alt season and everything goes to zero, which then these charts are just out the window. Pointless charts. Years of pointlessness. But yeah, well, here's another one like Turbo, like Cookie, and whatever else we just looked at. Cardano, Jasmy. All these coins are screaming they're on the bottom. I must go up. So someone go flip the switch and let's go up already. But yeah, I mean, if I was ever to buy well, this would be it at this 209 level. Because we should start moving up and you should get, a 786, if not a little higher. 20 cent. I know we've been looking at the dollar range for well for a while, but we're just trying to be conservative now and see where it can possibly hit. So yeah, you're looking at a good solid 20x to about 20 cents to come back to the top here. And then your moonshot, of course, since we came down so far, would be that $1.30, 1272. So this box here is our target also. 80 cents to $1 is going to be the high spot for it, I think. But if you're looking to get out on a solid target, it'd be the back to the top of the channel around this 12 to 20 cent range. So if the price of well is pumping actually, and it's in between 12 to 20 cents, maybe get out. Not financial advice. Let's see. We'll see if we go up. Maybe stoked if it hits 20. Yeah, so I'm showing you the chart. I mean, why would it not? If we have a bull run, I mean, there's coins slowly going up, but we're not in that euphoric alt season phase, of course. But just looking at this macro chart, you should go back to the top of the channel, or Moonwell's done for. If these coins we're looking at don't go back to the top of their channels and they actually break to the downside, we're in a bear market, they're never coming back. So just take that into consideration. If it doesn't come back to the top, it's dead. Sucked into the abyss of the shadow realm forever, never to return. Let me see. Caspa. We got Grogan, says Caspa. Yeah, didn't I hear Caspa's going down? Is Caspa going to a penny? Where's it going? Let's see what we got going on a Caspa chart. Oh, it's still holding our macro box here. Let me go ahead and move this. I'll just redraw it. Let's pull this one over. So we're still holding the 0.5 and we're still holding our macro box that we drew on the chart here. So as long as you're over 5 cents on Caspa, it should be the bottom, especially off of that candle with that wick. It looks good. But of course we did break down last time and we are in a massive downtrend, of course. So it needs to hold 5 and it has to get over 7 to break out at this moment and be bullish again. If it loses 5, then it's extremely bearish. And you could have a drop down all the way to 2 pennies. But there's a little hopium here. It held the box and it's got a nice candle and it's holding support. Yeah, that's a 40% drop to 3.5 pennies if it loses here. So it needs to get over 7 sooner than later. If it holds here, then our targets for Caspa, let's see, this may have changed. What are we at? We're at 5 pennies. So Caspa maybe to $1 or $2. I don't know if it's going to hit $5. $5 is an 87x almost. Oh, we do have a box here. Oh, that's the words. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't even know what's going on with Caspa anymore. So a $2 Caspa maybe. Let's see if it's based on a fib level. Why do we... Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. All right, so if you want to go short term on Caspa, the high to the low, you're hitting over or staying over 5 at the 236. So it's trying to put a bottom in right now. And a double 382. So 7 is a big price. Back over 7 pennies, this thing's going to be bullish. So back over 7. Just remember that. It has to hold 5 and it has to get over 7. And then let me draw that one more time. See what kind of fib levels we have here on the monthly. All right, so that's up around our area to 12272. But once it gets over 10.5, then it'll have a breakout to the upside. I don't know. You may be looking at only $1 Caspa. 60 cents to $1. On the low end, if you just need a pump and you need to get some money out of Caspa, then the 1618 at 60 is possible. That's a 10x. And if it goes through that, then maybe $1. So if Caspa's at $1 and you got a 20x, maybe it's time to jump ship and refocus on something else if you're going to sell your bag. Dash. He says dash. Dash to the moon. Yeah, how's Zcash holding up? Is it still bullish? Yeah, Dash is done. She's over. Yeah, Dash came up and hit the 3 too, and it was over. You can see these candles here. I think Zcash hit the 0.5 and it's done. It's still technically macro bullish, but nasty looking wick here. It has to get over 99 to be macro bullish. And other than that, on Dash, I'll go from the low here to the high. We'll do another one here in a moment. So it's trying to hold the 3-2 at the moment to stay bullish, but there's a good chance it's not going to. So below about 66, it's no longer bullish here. Short term at least. If we want to zoom in, daily 3-day chart, and just go from the most recent of down or bottoms to the high, then you're sitting on the 786 here. But as I always say, you guys know, as long as market structure is intact, as long as you're making higher lows, which you can clearly see you are, once you break that, then it's over. So if this little spike up continues and you put in a lower high, that's bearish, and the bearish momentum is going to kick in, and it'll do that. So hopefully that makes sense. So it has to break the bearish momentum that's starting to build up here. So it looks to be short term. It has to get over about, let me move this up just a hair. Dash would have to get over pretty much 80 and then break out over 100. Double fib level. IRYS, new coin on Coinbase. Yeah, it's probably either going to the moon or going to zero. Did I spell that right? Maybe you said something else. IRYS. Let me change the music. This one here looks like it came from KuCoin. All right, we'll see what this is really quick. Yeah, it's just going up. Can't do anything with this really. All right, let me change the music really quick. All right, let's see here. Ondo. CryptoPat says Ondo. Yeah, we've seen this a lot. They list it on Coinbase and it just goes up. So if you didn't get in before the pump, then it's probably not worth it. So like I said, hourly chart, it's going to go by really quick. So all I can really do is draw this because you're in the middle of nowhere. So as long as it's above 4.5 pennies, it's bullish. If it loses that, it's probably done. So 4.5 down to 4. If it breaks 4, then it's done, like I said. But very nice wedge down here, and then it just pumped. How much did it go up? Not bad, 2x. About a 2x move. So I'll draw one more thing on this Iris coin. Come on. Come on, you can do it. All right, not bad. You're holding support after you broke it over the 1618. That 4.5 range. So 4.5 really has to hold. And then clearly the 2's where you break over the 5. And then if it does that, it'll probably have another large move after the consolidation it's doing right now. Remember, this is going to go by quick because it's hourly candles. Then you'll possibly just shoot straight up to the top here again. Do another 3x move. If it can stay over 4.5. And then how is what is Zcash doing? All right, can you guys hear me? Yeah, we'll do Ondo. Let me write down Ondo after we do this one, and then we got Luis the Cool. I appreciate the $1. I appreciate it. He says, I love puppies on ETH reversal pattern. I appreciate the first super chat. Much appreciated. Oh, that was from Edmund. You guys have the same exact thing going on. Wait, hold on. Did you just change your name? I could have swore I just saw Louise. Yeah, this is Louise because you like the puppies. Why did it change your name to Edmund? Edmund Chin. Edmund Chin for the win. Luis the Cool is exposed. Luis the Cool. Edmund is for the win. All right, let me write down PNG. So do we call you Edmund or Louise? All right. All right, so Zcash is still stuck at the 0.5. It's got to get over this. It's still considered bullish here, but if you can get over 562, it's going to shoot up to 1400 to 618. So just kind of stalled out at the moment, as you can see, but it's not bearish yet. So Zcash may still run. But if you got a 20x, then I don't know what to tell you. All right, let me pull up Ondo, and then I got PNG written down. Ondo is trying to hold the 618 retracement, but it's not bullish because it's putting in lower lows and lower highs. But it looks like everything. The whole market looks the same. And there's our box for our hope, 20 to 35 bucks or 20 to 25 bucks on Ondo. But it is holding the 618, as you can see here, from the low to the high. So it really needs to hold this area. But the only bad thing, like I said, it is forming that bearish market structure. So until it breaks this downtrend, it's bearish at the moment. And it really has to hold pretty much 50 cents. I think we went over this last night on the live stream. So we do have the shorter time frames with the stock RSI starting to curl up. And hopefully the momentum can come back on this. And then short term, it has to get back over 65 and then 82 to be bullish. And then, of course, our target, which, we have to adjust it every week whenever we look at things, because we're just not bullish yet. So there's no telling where these coins are going to end up. As of now, a $20 Ondo, maybe not going to happen. That's a 40x from here. I do believe Ondo is a good play. Maybe that's a future price. I do not know. We have to see how this whole cycle, weird cycle we're in, is going to play out. So maybe the 1618 is a good target for Ondo. About $6. That's only a 10x, so we'll see. So maybe this target should be down here, $6 to $10. Wow, we got 34 people in here. Everyone hit the like button, answer the poll. I appreciate the super chat, Louise. It's awesome. I'm going to bring up Deck Screener in just a moment. All right, let me just do PNG and then we'll do your coin, since we're already over here. Is PNG alive? PNG stuck in a downtrend. Oh no, it broke our box. Sons of my, I can't see anything. Yeah, PNG got hit pretty hard. Let's see the monthly chart. Let's see if our box is trying to hold here. Yeah, PNG's holding on for dear life on the 236 at the bottom of our box. Damn. We really got to get a move up because this is getting ridiculous. So we'll see what happens on this monthly candle in 4 days. It really needs to stay over this box, this 236 area. As you can clearly see, the next possible support area is going to be. So if we stay down below 4.7, we're at 4.6 at the moment, then you'll have us move down. Final support at 2.7 for a 43% drop. So it must hold here. But there's nothing telling me that it's about to reverse to the upside. Looks bearish. It's always bearish, as he says. Let's see. I think it was the Coinbase chart. Yeah, just keeping it simple on Bitcoin at the moment. This is the only thing you need to watch right now. No matter what anyone says, I guess. High to the low, you're stuck right at the 3-2, right inside your flag. So possible bear flag you can play. And if we cannot get over 90, then we're probably coming down. It really needs to happen very soon. Yeah, they don't have very many stickers on here. Where do you get more stickers at? Oh well. All right, let me go look at. Let me pull up Deck Screener. All right, I think I got Deck Screener pulled up. Let me pull this up for just a moment. So we're still in the shadow realm. We're still falling and screaming and scared. There, we put on some more bullish music. Let's see what's happened. Let's see if we pump. What did you say? All right, let me bring this one up. So you guys remember, do you guys know about the Solana Clash coin? George plays Clash Royale. The chart looks bullish here, as you can see. If it's going to actually pump, it looks like it's about to do it very soon. And it's getting squeezed here, so I don't know. You guys think this Clash coin is about to pump? I heard something about a tournament going on. I don't know if that's bullish or bearish. But it could pump and do a little, almost a 3.5x up to 10 cents from here, sitting at 3 pennies. Damn, is this thing going to go all the way to the top? That's not bad. That's only 30 cents. I don't know what a billion market cap would put this thing at. Damn, this thing could blast out of here and do almost a 10x from here. All right, so puppies. Where's our puppies? Should be here. Puppies. Puppies for my man. It's still holding. So it is good that it made a higher high from all the way back here in December of 2024. Let me pull this up on the larger. And you are holding low to the high 3.2 still. So it is still bullish over the 618 3.2. So as long as you're holding 5 zeros 2.5, it's bullish. Or 6 zeros 2.5. So it is trying to hold bullish support, and it is trying to move up a little bit. If it gets over 6045, then it may, yeah, then the bullishness is going to come back because it's going to break out of this bull flag wedge pattern, and it's going to start moving back to the upside here. But yeah, not a bad move on this one. So not bad for Louise there. If it just pumps up from where it is now to the 1272 at 503, that's a 10.5x, my man. And 505 is a 20x, and then 401 is a 40x. But I would look at the 1272 area. This thing may be getting ready to 10x if it holds the 618.382 support here. So it is holding bullish, so it's not looking horrible. Looking good. Puppies on ETH. Everyone pile in. She's about to do a 10x. Hope you guys could see that. He says he's on a bus to Texas. You leaving Mexico, my man, or are you just coming for a trip? Coming for the holidays. What's up, Adventure? Can we look at ACH, please? Yeah, we haven't looked at ACH in a while. What's up, Kenneth? He says Fed balance sheet drops in 30 minutes. We're either going to pump or dump. I don't think anyone wants to dump. We really need to pump from here. I don't know if I can handle another dump on Toshi. Oh, wow, it's already 3 o'clock. All right, how long have we been on here? Because we may have to end this. I didn't realize it was 3 o'clock already. Come on, how do I get out of this? But yeah, I hope we get a pump out of here. Okay, we're going to look at ACH, and that's going to be it. So really need to get over 90K on Bitcoin. And last but not least, Alchemy Pay. I lost track of time. Yeah, I believe ACH. Let's just zoom out. How far did it break down? And you guys that have been watching the channel know we're not as bullish as we once were on it. It's just the market didn't let us have fun. Yeah, it broke our box, our macro box, and it's back testing it as resistance. So it doesn't look great. We'll just have to kind of wait and see if the bottom is in here off of that wick. But it's looking like a lot of coins. Lower lows, lower highs, bearish. Shadow Realm edition. Nowhere to go but down. So we'll just do short term. So in the short term, it needs to hold over 9.7 or 1. And it has to get back over this box, the 382, and pretty much over this box to be bullish. But other than that, it's just you either look at it as a nice sell and you're scooping some up. And where it's going to go, no one knows. We used to have the 50 to 60 cent range, but the fact that it died so much, there's no telling where it's going to end up now. But it is bearish at the moment. It's bearish, but this has to be the bottom. If it goes lower, then ACH is done. If that's the case, then triple top and it was over. I just don't see that being the case. I still am in the camp that we're going to get a run. Maybe it's today. Maybe Bitcoin's going to blast out of here. All right, but yeah, I lost track of time. I'm going to have to end it here. Everyone, please hit the like button on your way out. Answer the poll. I'm fixing to end the poll. And what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Yeah, probably won't be any stream tomorrow. It is kind of weird now with the holidays here, so But yeah, let me hurry and end the poll here, see what you guys voted on most to eat. But yeah, like I always say, just hang in there. We still haven't really moved. We're still pretty much in the same spot we've been watching forever. Some coins are dropping a little bit, but ultimately everything's on a macro bottom, um, and then that was an ad, so maybe we got demonetized. All right, 50% say turkey. We got 54 votes, not bad. 26 likes, not too bad. So most of you guys like turkey, and then both is next. So enjoy your Thanksgiving, everyone. Stay safe. Try not to worry about your bag too much. We're either going to go to the moon or we're going to zero. Just keep it that simple. So with that being said, none of this is financial advice. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.